Good morning, y'all. My name is Kenzie Wood. I am a certified yoga teacher and a student of all things yoga. Today, I wanted to share my favorite morning yoga practice for those days when I have to be up at 5 a.m. and I don't really want to be up at 5 a.m. So this practice is designed to get the blood pumping without being too challenging or just too much for those early mornings. Before we start moving, I invite you to ground yourself on your mat. Find a comfortable position. For me, it's Sukhasana, but for you, it could be any version of seated pose, whatever feels good. Take this time to either close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let's take some breaths together. Inhale. Hold 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. Hold 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Hold 1, 2, 3. Exhale. When you feel ready to move, you can gently flutter the eyes open. To get started, we're just going to wake the body up. So I want you to find some gentle good morning stretches. Bring the hands overhead. Sway from side to side if that feels good. Let's rotate the wrists and the fingers. I hear some popping. I certainly do. Once that feels good, let's do some gentle head rolls. Nice and easy. We just got up. We're not trying to impress anybody. Let's go the other way, nice and slow. Couple more this way. Great job. To start our flow, let's go ahead and face this edge of the mat. I invite you to come onto your sits bones. We're going to start with the bottoms of our feet on the mat. We're going to come into turtle pose. So bring the soles of the feet together. You're going to be in this modified sort of butterfly, but what I want you to do is take your feet out a little bit further ahead of you. Now, if this feels good, you can slowly start to come down and stop wherever feels good for you. We don't want to feel any bad stretching, only good stretching. Maybe you stop here. Maybe you can go all the way down to the feet. Wherever you are, that's where you are. Now that's option 1. Option 2 is to come into a full expression of turtle. So what we'll do is we'll temporarily lift the leg and thread the hands underneath and see if you can clasp your feet with your hands. From here, we'll grow tall and exhale, come down as far as the body will allow. Feel free to take the feet out a little further out on the mat if you'd like. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. The goal is to feel a comfortable stretch in the upper back and the hips. Maybe you feel some sensation in the legs. Let's take 3 breaths here. After your 3 breaths, bring the hands in. Slowly sit yourself back up. You can bring your feet back into Sukhasana, easy seat. Some people call it crisscross applesauce, whatever works. We're just going to do some gentle side bends here. So bring your hands out to the side. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, plant the left hand to the floor. Right arm reaches above. And you just want to bend far enough that you feel sensation in the right side body. We don't need to go all the way down to the floor. Just enough to get sensation. On your inhale, bring it back to the middle. Exhale, same thing on the other side. Right palm down, left arm up. See if you can turn your gaze to look at your left arm. Inhale, come up. Take a couple more of these side bends at your own pace, being mindful to keep up with the cycle of breathing and movement. You inhale when you come back up to center. Exhale when you bend. If you're feeling fancy, you can do a little rainbow movement in between instead of coming up at the center. Feels great on the back if you've got a stiff back. A few more of these motions, whichever version you prefer. Being mindful of the breath. Wherever you are, finish up your cycle of breathing and we'll meet back at our starting position. Now we'll wake up the spine with some seated twists. So first thing I want you to do is bring your right foot to the bottom of the mat. Left leg is hanging out, looking this way. All right, so now we're gonna inhale up. And as you exhale, I want you to bring your left elbow to your right knee. Drop nice and tall and see if you can turn over that right shoulder. Be mindful of the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, drop tall. See if you can twist just a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind and come back to center. We're going to repeat that on the other side. Right foot comes out. Left foot meets the mat. Inhale, hands come up. Plant that left hand on the mat, right elbow to right knee. Drop tall here, and on your exhale, twist. On your next inhale, drop tall. See if you could squeeze a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind, return to center. At this point, I want you to come into a tabletop position. So we'll bring our knees in, swing them out to the side, and work your way over to tabletop. We're only going to be here for just a second. Take an inhale and press into child's pose. You might be comfortable with your child's pose here, where your feet are hip distance apart. Some people prefer them together, almost in this position. Or if you have wide hips like I do, it feels better to take your knees out on either side of the mat, toes touching if possible, and press back. Regardless of what position you prefer your feet to be in or your legs, try to see if you can have your sits bones touch the heels. If not, that's okay. This is just where you are today. Now, we can engage the arms here if we want to be fancy, or since it's early in the morning, you can just let them chill on the mat. We're waking up. For more engagement in the arms, what you can do is take the hands out just a little bit. Join them together in Anjali Mudra. Drop the head and see if you can touch the back of your head with your wrist. I love the arm stretch this gives. Whatever version of child's pose you're in, we'll take 2 more breaths here. Now we'll come out of child's pose nice and slowly. We're going to come back to tabletop. If your hands are in Anjali Mudra, unravel them. Bring them back down to the mat. Slowly push yourself back up. Before we get into the flow, I want to just kind of get the wiggles out. So what I like to do is make C shapes with the spine. Wake up the back. This feels really good if you work at a desk all day. Whatever flow, maybe you do some circles here, nice and fancy. All right, we're gonna come to a place of stillness and do a quick little wrist stretch. So depending on your wrist mobility, here's what we can do. Try putting your fingertips out at a 45-degree angle away from you and rock little circles going to the left and then repeating them on the right. If you're feeling any discomfort in the wrists, try pressing through the fingertips. Sometimes that distributes the weight a little more evenly. If you're cool with this, you can stay here, or if you want more of a stretch, you can try pointing the fingers straight onto the edge of the mat and trying very small circles either way and seeing how that feels. The other option is to take your fingertips and point them towards you, flipping the arms. Some people can do little wrist circles like this. This is a pretty deep stretch for me, so I'm gonna skip that, but if you could do that, cool. So regardless of where you are, we're just gonna stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Wherever you are, unravel. Come back to tabletop. We'll just take a quick reset here. So what we can do is flip the hand like this and gently apply pressure onto the mat. You don't have to come all the way onto it. It's just enough to feel a stretch in that forearm. Exhale, place that hand down. Inhale, next hand. On your exhale, come back to tabletop. Now it's time to open up the hips. I'm gonna have you come into a plank just for a second. Your plank might be up here, or some days your plank might be down here. Whichever option fits today is what you're doing. So what we're gonna do is inhale that right leg, exhale, bring it up, and drop that left knee down. We're coming into lizard. This is a great hip opening exercise. So what I'd like you to do is try to bring that right arm to meet the right knee, okay? We don't want a lot of space between them right now for this posture. So you might feel some stretching in the left hip. You might feel some stretching on the outside of the right leg, maybe in the arms or shoulders. If this is enough of a stretch for you, just stay here and be mindful of your breathing. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can try to come onto the forearms. Remember to be mindful of that connection between the right arm and the right knee. 2 more breaths here. If you're on your forearms, come back up. Inhale. On your exhale, tuck that left toe, come back into a plank just for a second. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, come into your lizard on the other side. Right knee comes down. See if you can lean forward just a little bit to deepen that stretch in the right hip. Remember that connection between the left arm and the left knee. Feel free to adjust where your feet are, wherever it feels good. If you'd like, you can come down on the forearms for a deeper stretch, remembering that connection. 2 more rounds of breath here. And if you're on your forearms, come back up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the right toes, come back into plank just for a second. Lower the knees and press yourself down to the ground. All right, now we're gonna move into an exercise called locust, which is gonna wake up the muscles in our back. If you've ever gone to the gym with a personal trainer, This position is also called Superman. The goal of this is to squeeze your shoulders together, engage the glutes, and lift the legs, all while lifting the arms. You can come into whatever position feels good. Maybe you have your hands in tree pose. You could have them out, out to the side of you like you're flying. Whatever works. Exhale, come down.
That was just a trial one. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, come up, locust.
You should feel those hip points connecting with your mat. Exhale, come down.
Inhale, pop up.
Hold, 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 hold. Inhale. And exhale, come down.
Great job. I like to take a minute here to massage my forehead. Congratulate myself for getting up so early. Doing some movement that I know is going to help me feel my best later today. We're going to come up off the ground here. So tuck your back toes. Bring your hands to the side. The knees can touch the ground. Press up just briefly. And we're going to slowly come into our first down dog. So for that, we're going to have our hands at a 45-degree angle. Press up into the feet. And the goal here is to make a V shape with the body. So your feet do not have to be completely on the mat. Mine aren't. I'm a yoga teacher. The goal of down dog is really to target that upper body and spine and just kind of make some more movement. So it's cool if your feet touch the ground, but there are no prizes in yoga. Let's take 2 breaths here. Exhale at the mouth. Inhale. Exhale at the mouth. On your next inhale, right leg lifts for 3-legged dog. You can either have pointed toes or flex toes, whatever feels best. Inhale. Bend that right knee. Start to make some circles here. Open up the hip. Reverse the direction. And bring that leg through. We're going to come into Warrior 2. Now, Warrior 2 is one of those foundational poses, so let's work on our form for just a second. We have our foot, our front foot, our right foot in this case, pointing straight forward. We've got a bent front leg. My back foot is at a 180-degree angle, okay? It's completely straight. Warrior 2 is a pretty safe pose to do, but you do want to make sure you're not sticking your butt out when you're doing it to make a sort of a banana shape with your spine. That could give you some lower back problems. So I want to be nice and strong and firm here. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Now for our Warrior 2, your hands can be on your hips like mine are here, or you can come into traditional Warrior 2 arms straight out in a T. If your shoulders just aren't having that today, you can also try tree arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's bring our hands up. Exhale, we're going to come into extended side angle. So right elbow comes to right knee. Left arm at a 45-degree angle above. See if you can look at that arm. If this is not happening with your shoulders, you can also bring that left hand to your hip. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Push through that front foot back into Warrior 2. Inhale. Reach forward. Exhale. Bring it back. This is a great side body stretch. Your hand can be on your thigh, on your hip, or if you're fancy, behind your back for an extra stretch. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back to Warrior 2. Now we're going to come into wide forward facing fold. So for this, we're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to straighten that front foot. There's a few ways to do the feet here. You can have them facing out like this, nice and wide. You can have them parallel with the edges of your mat, or you can do pigeon toe. Wherever your foot position is, try to play with it, see where you feel comfortable. And we're just gonna come into a slow bend forward, okay? Drawing the crown of the head up as we go. Now, maybe this is a deep enough stretch for you, stopping right here. Just stop right here. If you need more support, you can bring your hands down to your thighs, that's fine. See how far you can go. We always want a good stretch, not a bad stretch, right? If the stretch is too much, try to play with your foot placement. Maybe I'm going to turn my feet out. It's also going to change which muscles in the leg I'm stretching. So maybe if I'm really sore, my inside thighs, like I am right now, pointing out seems to help with that. Let's take 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale. Inhale, half lift. On your exhale, bring the heels inward, bend those legs, and slowly press up. Great job. We're going to do the same on the other side. So what you can do to be fancy, you can windmill your hands down. I'm going to come to a very brief plank of your choosing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, press up into downward facing dog. Take some breaths here to recenter. I am not sleepy now. I don't know about you. Inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale. On your exhale, bend that knee. Get some flexibility there in the left hip. I hear some clicking. I guess this is growing up. All right, inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, come into warrior 2, left side. Let's check our foot placement. I've got my left foot facing forward. I've got my back right foot at 180-degree angle. I've tucked my hips. We don't want banana back, right? All right, my hands can be at my hips. They can be in tree arms, or I can have them out to the side in a T. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, hands come up. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm overhead. You can also keep that right arm on your right hip. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, press back up into warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. Exhale, press back up into warrior 2. On your next inhale, get your feet ready for your version of wide forward-facing fold. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come down wherever you feel comfortable. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Play with the foot placement if needed. Inhale, half lift. On your exhale, bring the heels inward, bend the knees, press yourself back up. Nice job. Now I'm going to turn around on my mat so you can see what we're doing. We're going to go with a hip opener, Malasana squat. It's also called garland pose or yogi squat. So to come into Malasana squat, we're going to take our feet nice and wide, a little bit wider than body frame apart, toes pointing outward, okay? And now we're gonna bend the knees, tuck the hips, hands can be in prayer pose. Sink back into this. And don't be afraid to adjust the feet. I need to be a little narrower. Come and sit in this pose. If your Malasana is not here today, totally fine to be up here, or if you have a block, you can bring the block below you and sit on it. Like this. I especially like using a block in the morning because I'm not as nimble quite yet. So don't be afraid to reach for the props. They're a huge help, especially early in the morning. For more sensation here in Malasana squat, we can also spread our arms nice and wide, connecting that left arm with the left knee, right arm reaches up. Exhale. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, tucking that right arm with the right knee. Left arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back to your version of Malasana. We're going to do one more active pose and then we'll get into the stretching and Shavasana, my favorite part. If you have a block, go ahead and set it to the side. Come down onto your mat. I'm going to turn to the side here. We're going to lie flat back on our mats for bridge pose. If you are wearing a claw clip, take it out now because I have broken some doing this. Take a minute here to take a breath. One more. All right, at this stage, we're going to tuck our pelvis in, make sure our feet are flat on the floor and engage those glutes here to lift ourselves up. You should feel most of the engagement in your glute. If you're feeling it in your knees, you could try taking your feet further apart, and you can also try playing with how far apart vertically your knees are from you. Maybe you like it closer, maybe you like them further away. Each choice is going to determine how challenging this is for you. So play around and see what you like. And we exhale, bring it down. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, come up to bridge. Your hand's going to be here on your tummy, or they can be down here on the ground. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Take a cleansing breath here. Tuck your chin, press up onto your seated position. We're going to come into pigeon pose. So to do that, I'm going to bring my right foot forward. Try to get it parallel with the mat, but a 45-degree angle is fine too. Left leg is going to come out behind me. I'm going to come into pigeon. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, see if you can sleep your pigeon. So you can try to come down to the floor like this. If that is not feeling great, you can grab your block. I like to put it on level 2 to support my head, or it can also support your hands. Blocks are great here because you can still feel the sensation without hurting yourself, which we like. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, come up from wherever your pigeon is. Come into a very, very brief plank. And left side. Left foot is in front, right is in back. Let's take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
Exhale, see how far you can sleep your pigeon. You can use your block as a pillow. See if you can notice the difference in the flexibility on this side versus your other side. Most people have differences, so it's funny to see how they change. 2 breaths here. Inhale. On your exhale, press yourself up. Swing that right foot around. You can put your block to the side. We're going to come back down onto our back. Oh. Our last active pose is going to be Happy Baby. So to do that, you will bring your feet up where the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. And you're going to try to reach for your big toe or the outside edge of the foot. You can stay here and find some stillness, or you can rock from side to side. This feels really good on my low back. If you want more of a stretch, you can do a pose that one of my teachers used to call Ninja Baby, where you kick out to the side. This is a pretty deep stretch though, so try it at your own risk. Feels really good though. 2 more breaths, your choice of Happy Baby. On your last exhale, you can bring the feet down. Now, normally I would move us into a Shavasana at this point where we lay down, have a really awesome short meditation, but it's early in the day, and if I do that, I will fall asleep. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna come onto our side, press up, and come into your version of a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like. At this stage, it's tempting to hop off the mat and start your day, but Shavasana is actually the most important part of any yoga practice. So let's just take a few quiet moments here just for you, just for us. So if it feels good, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let's take some cleansing breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'd like you to take a moment to express gratitude for the things in your life. Some days it's really hard to find things to be grateful for, but we all have them. Sometimes it's as simple as there's clean water running in my faucet, my car turned on with no problems, I have a paying job that supports my family. There's people in my life who I love and they love me. It's important to acknowledge everything that's going right for us. Today I'm grateful for a healthy body. I'm grateful for this practice. I'm grateful for my friends, my family, my faith community. After you've taken a moment to take stock of what you're grateful for, I invite you to flutter the eyes open. Stretch your arms above your head.
a quick little stretch to the side. Maybe a yawn. Sorry, I know they're contagious. On your exhale, bring your hands down, Anjali Mudra, heart center. I'm grateful for the great teachers that have brought this practice to us. And I'm grateful for you. Om Shanti. Go in peace.